Hello, good night, good night. Good night, everyone. How are you guys doing? Good night, good night. Hi. Good night, good night. Good night. How are you guys doing? Yeah. How's everything going? Happy National Ears Day. I know it's late, but the day is over, but yeah, late. I'm here. I'm not doing bad. Happy National Ears Day. Oh, okay. Great. My morning has been good so far. Not bad. Today wasn't bad. Today was a refreshing day. You know, like a restart day. It was not bad. Honestly, it was not bad. Yeah, this week have been very. The weekend was very hectic for me. You know. Yeah. The weekend was very hectic for me. Saturday night was as I shared with you guys, was my cousin's night, candlelight. You know, there was just a lot going on, but we're here. We have a life, and yeah, I'm grateful that the night was good. You know, the night was good. His co-workers called my support, so the family felt real nice to see that support that he have. You know? Yeah, so everything was not bad. Uh, and then I do a look my work more, look at stuff like my chores, um, 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 work, schoolwork, of course. Can't get away from that one. Yeah. Come on, guys, back up the live. Thank you. Give me some likes. Thank you. Back up the live. Thank you very much. Come on, guys, back up the live. But yeah, my weekend was not bad. Yeah. Yeah, but guys, to be honest, it's like the night was like a relief, as in like it was something that had to be done, and it was done, and the night was amazing. So thanks to everybody, thanks to everyone of my family that came together to make it happen. Big up on a nice clean self. Yes, so it was not bad, you know. I was just when I was at the 9 I was just sitting and thinking, going my thinking box, and it just dawned on me like life is literally, it's just tomorrow is promised to no one. And I was just reflecting and starting out my life in my head. And I was like, tomorrow is not promised to nobody. You can be here one moment and you're gone. And the greatest thing for you to do while you're living and you are alive and well is to just live for the Lord. Because nobody knows the time, the date, or the place. Thank you. So let's give God thanks, yeah, man. Thank God every day for life. And sometimes we take life for granted, guys. Sometimes we just take things for granted until we lose it. Like I find example, right? So we haven't have any Wi-Fi for like 2 weeks. Keep in mind the bill is paid and everything, it's not on our end. Bill is paid and everything. And for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, going on 3 weeks now, we haven't have any Wi-Fi. But when the Wi-Fi is here, we take it for granted. Turn on the TV work with Wi-Fi. Everything just work with the Wi-Fi. So when you really lose the Wi-Fi, it's like, oh my, there's so much thing the Wi-Fi have done for us, so much things you connected to. You can't just take up your phone, go and Google anymore and see this. So sometimes, guys, appreciate the little stuff that you have in your life. The little people around your corner, appreciate them, love them, genuinely love them and care for them. Today is a national holiday, National Heroes Day. So there was no school for me. So I didn't go to school, but I didn't go to school, but school come to me. Yeah, if you get it, you get it. So yeah, just appreciate everything you have in your life. And if there's anybody that hurts you and you think it's hard to forgive them, try your best to forgive them, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And you see, unforgiveness, guys, it only hurt ourselves. It only make we feel horrible, inside. So yeah, it's hard to forgive people, very hard, but we still have to forgive them and love them like how Jesus loved we. Can tell we forgive people 7 times, 7, right? So you have to just forgive people, yeah, man. Yeah. So the weekend was not bad, to be honest. As I said, one of the major milestones we overcome, that was my cousin night, and it was very good. It was very good. The support was there, and the family felt good. So thank you, guys. So if you watch me and my cousin that died, sorry, and you went to his night, or you know him, or you support him, thank you so much for showing up, because it meant so much for the family. Yeah. And sometime in life, guys, we have to just enjoy life. Enjoy life, guys. Enjoy life. Don't make no stress you. Just enjoy life. Just live a peaceful life. Don't make no stress you, please. Because the only thing that stresses you is slowly kill you and slowly analyze you. You tipped over me and make you look older than you actually age. So don't stress, just live a nice life and make tomorrow worry about itself. Yeah, my moderator is not here, so um yeah. My son, he's okay, he's doing well. You know, big getting so big. Every sometimes I just stare at him and like, you're not that child that much. Into small dear, yeah, and him get so big. Guys, oh my, they grow up so fast. They literally grew up so fast. I can remember the first time I saw him, and I was like, oh, he's so beautiful. He's the sweetest thing ever. And now he's so big. He's still the sweetest thing, but you know, he gets so big. You know, so yeah, God is good. God is good. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, loyal YouTuber supporter. Thank you so much, guys, for all the condolences on my last video. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. That means so much to me and my family. They really appreciate it. You know, I'm speaking on behalf of them. You know, and to be honest, out of every situation that you think is bad, something good always come out of it. It's unfortunate my cousin passed away, but it has bring the family together, and there's more unity, and I like that. I like that the family is coming together, because that's always my dream. That's my deepest desire, to have a family that's so closely knitted that nothing can break us apart. I love that. So you know, the family start come together and everything, and I like that. I like that. So sometimes it's very unfortunate that he passed away in the manner he did, but we can change that, and God knows the plan that he had for him and for the family. So we can't really question God right now. We have to just work with it and like, it happened, or are we going to move forward, you know, or are we going to be more close together as a family unit? So all of that is in contemplation right now, you know, because life is literally too short to hold grudges, especially with your family and friends that you're always gonna be around. When you're sick, you're gonna see family and friends, you know. You can't do without family and friends. That's the reason why there's a reason why God placed people in your life, because he knows that sometimes we're too weak to carry our own burden, and sometimes we need company as human beings. Like, we need people around us to guide us, to help us, somebody that we can talk to, somebody we can ball to, somebody we can laugh with, somebody we can share memories with, you know. So God know why he make we have family and friends, and there's a purpose for everybody in your life. Everybody that comes into your life and come out of your life, they serve their purpose, and probably them time expire. Some people time expire. You have to accept it and move on. And you have some people that are in your life to help you, become something, help you to become a better person, to push you, to motivate you, to encourage you, you know, all these good stuff. That's what we have, friends and family. Yes, guys, yeah, that's the thing, you know. And it's not just a Caribbean thing, it's a worldwide thing. We only wait till there is a unaliving in our family to come together and be a unit. Why we can't be a unit when everybody live and well? Why we can't say I love you when everybody live and well? Why you gotta say you love somebody when them can't really hear you? That's why, you know, guys, sometimes sometimes the pride we have, it make we get the best of ourselves. It take away so much from us, our life, because the pride we have. Not in your to tell your cousin say you love them, your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle. Tell them say you love them regardless. Yes, they might have some misunderstanding. Yes, there might be something to you that you think is unforgivable, which there's a question about that. But at the end of the day, guys, when them alive and them can hear and them can hug you and touch you, tell them say you love them. Tell them say you want to go out with them. You want to cook together. Find something to. If you don't have the money, you can stay home and we cook together. And cook little mackerel and rice, to cook mackerel and dumpling or something. Come together just to find that bonding time. Because you see, when there's no more you, that I, I, I want when I'm alive and well, my family them come and tell me say them love me, and my family them give me all what them have to give me from now when I'm alive. I don't want when I'm dead, please. No one when me dead, guys. No one when me alive and well. You give me all of the hug them, all of the kiss them, all of the chocolate them, everything we have, you can give it to me when I'm alive and well. Don't wait till me can receive it. Hug me and kiss me when I'm alive and me can hug you back and kiss you. Yeah, that's how it should be. Yeah, cook mackerel and run down together and just build a little vibes. I remember in high school when you have a little game, like a little game, here comes up Villa vibes. Villa vibes. Villa vibes. Villa vibes. I know I'm not that be a foolish if you say just go on the rhythm and you just Villa vibes. Villa vibes. Villa vibes. Villa vibes. Villa vibes. Villa vibes. They don't talk like a foolish and they sit down and laugh and then chat. And I remember about all times see it. And just live good as a family unit. Everybody have them challenges. Every family. No matter how you see these family are so close together, them have them little disagreement. But nobody have to know. Nobody have to know. Can still talk out a disagreement. If you don't agree with what the person say, you confront them. Or if you don't like confrontation, you try to get a family meeting and then you talk to you as a unit. Do something for sure for just have a good family life. Yeah, and can appreciate a true. I tell my sons to give me my flowers when I am alive and can appreciate them. Yeah. When you can feel them and see them and touch them and smell them. You want your flowers. So guys, don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till it's too late. Yeah, don't wait till it's too late. Sean, I say. Sean. Sean. Yeah. So, there is some time in life for the suffer. You're welcome, Auntie. Sometime in life, guys, we have to just love each other while them alive and I can appreciate them. Don't wait till it's too late. But yeah, we'll just start go tell you guys some fun facts that I've learned so far. Other stuff now. But I want to go into like real prop, which is real property, right? So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys about some stuff. Alright. Just moving on from that topic. But take my 2 cents. Give flowers while you can appreciate them. Right? right? So today topic is about real prop. We're going to talk about some look a real prop, right? So real prop, guys, is basically give me a minute, guys. Alright, so real prop, guys, is basically about um land, and value and property and everything. Good. Everybody like land, because if we never have land, we would live nowhere. So that's the honest truth. So I'm gonna be talking about some real prop, guys, because I know some people they might have a little question, you know, about like stuff, about like stuff and land, right? So with real prop now, it's basically has to do with land, right? As I said before, property, immovable and immovable property, right? So firstly, what is movable property? So movable property is basically things that you own that can be moved, right? So I own this spongy or hair tie, as some people call it. I can move it. So this is a movable property. This is my property. I can pick it up. I can go anywhere with it. It's very movable, right? Immovable property is the opposite. So land, you can't take up a piece of land and move it. So it's immovable, right? So yeah. All right. So real prop has to do with the rights and the liabilities with the respect of immovable property, right? It encompasses rules and regulation governing ownership, use, transfer, and protection of property, which in most cases is immovable property, right? So ownership, ownership, right? I own this plot of land. I can give it to my brother, my sister, anybody who I want to give it to. That's your ownership. You have a title. You have you have, you have the right to the land legally, right? And you have legal rights, interest in land. I have equity, interest in land. So before moving on, let me explain those two concepts. So legal interest is when you have the title, you have paperwork for say, and me own the land, this is my land, my name upon the title. And fun fact, did you know that nobody, thank you, did you know that nobody in Jamaica actually owns the land that we live on? No, no, no. The crown owns every piece of land. Maybe expect the maroon settlements, because them have them own a different system in the maroon settlements. But nobody in Jamaica and most of the Commonwealth Caribbean actually own their land. They're holders, which them hold the land. That means they have a legal interest in the land. Equity is like law, but the softer version of law. So you have two type of law. Yeah, more than two type, but let's stick with this. So you have common law, yeah, and you have equity. So back then in the earlier days, common law was very rigid. It was a very strict system. So for like land, it would say if you don't have a title for your land, you don't own the land. And you know enough Jamaicans, a lot of Jamaicans, they don't them live on the land, but they don't have no papers, they don't have no title, them don't even know where no title, nothing about them something there, because they have been living on the land for generation and generation and generation. So the title not really matter because they've been living on the land, right? So yeah. So in the olden days, they would say that if you don't have a piece of paper with your name on it to say you're a holder, you have tenureship in the land, you don't own the land, right? Even if they tell them, say, your grandma dead left give your mother and your father, they don't care about that because you don't have a title, right? So now equity come in now to say that, well, if her grandmother died and left a piece of land and there's evidence to say that yes, she's the grandchild, and yes, in fact, the grandmother died, there comes the good softness in the law that say, all right, even though she don't have a piece of paper to say that she's the holder of the land, she do have an equity in the land, right? An equity interest in the land. So that's where equity come in, right? So use of the land is basically how you, as the word subject, or you use the land, but there is a cap, right? So you have to use the land without breaking any laws. So you can't use the land for any illegal purpose, right? Yeah. Transfer. So transfer, as I was earlier speaking about, the transfer of the land. That's when you basically pass down the land. Pass down the land, which is most likely to be a fee simple. And we'll come on to the fee simple, right? We'll come on to the fee simple and explain what's a fee simple. Interest in the land. So transfer is basically, probably you have a local will, because there's many ways to transfer property. You have a local will, you transfer it, or yeah, most times we transfer property through will, or we don't say, someone. So what about you paying taxes on somebody else's property? Do you have the rightful owner? Taxes. Alright, so as I said, that's a very tricky question. I have to definitely know the circumstance and the facts, right? Because if the person was living on the land over 10 to 12 years, they automatically become the owner of the land as long as there was nobody on the land, right? So these persons are who we call squatters. So if the people them pay tax to the land, come at this game. If they're paying tax on the land and they have been living on the land for over 10 to 12 years, so they have a right in the land. No, that's under equity. So they will have an equity interest in the land because these squatters have had the land, using the land, and live on the land for generation and generation, or whatever it might be. So if these persons are paying taxes for the land and they don't own the land, right? They don't have a title for the land. Under equity, they may own the land, but if somebody buys the land without knowing about this person, knowing that nobody on the land, then they know say nobody have an equity interest, and they are a bona fide purchase of the land, they have the right to take them off the land. So let me explain that concept again. So if somebody on the land living and they're a squatter for 12 years, 10 years, right? And they don't have any legal paper, they will have an equity interest in the land. So as I explained before, the equity interest. There's no paperwork, but under the common law, there's a less rigid system of equity. So equity would say, well, the person they live on the land for 10, 12 years, they do have an equity interest. And these squatters, they can live on the land. And you can't move them, government cannot move them, because they have an interest in the land. However, if somebody said they're going to buy the land, right, they have no idea, but them ought to know, them ought to know, because there's actually some criteria that you have to fill out for you to become a bona fide purchaser. So, for example, the person buy the land, them don't know nothing about them squatters there, not about them people there, them stay overseas and buy the land. So them don't know what go on. Them get the lawyer say yes, the land is good, blah blah blah. There's no covenant on the land, there's no restriction, there's nothing on the land. So you can buy the land. They give them advice. And then buy the land. this person will become a bona fide purchaser of the land because they had no idea that nobody had a equity interest in the land. So when the person buy the land, they can remove these person off the land. But the law also states if the person ought to know, that means that if you do your thorough investigation, you should have known so the people that live on the land. So therefore, with equity, that's very tricky, so you have to definitely know the circumstances for this, for make, and there's no preliminary answer because law is very tricky. You have to just hypothetical speak about this or that, but you can't give a definite answer. But the person might. There's always a but, right? Yeah. And to be honest, in law, my professor Courtesy, Mrs. Courtesy, Professor Courtesy, she always said, depends. So it really depends on the facts and the circumstances surrounding the case. So you really try to have a preliminary answer. But yeah. Moving on. Yeah. Thank you for that thingy. You just get me started. Yeah. And let me tell you guys, the reason why I chose Reprop tonight is because I was reviewing Reprop and I just wanted to chat with you guys. So that's the honest truth, right? Alright. So there's several rights, right, of property, real property. This is called the bundle of rights. So you have 1, the right to possession. You have 2, the right to control. The right to exclusion, right? The right of enjoyment and the right of disposition. So the right of possession is basically the ownership in land. The right of control is to make any legal decision, whether you want to destroy the property, you want to rent the property, or you want to modify the property. Any decision, that's your right to control. The right of exclusion is basically you determine who come on your land or who come off your land, right? So you have that right to exclusion. The right of enjoyment. Everybody have a right of enjoyment to your land, right? So, for example, you buy a nice uptown apartment for, I don't know how them sell house, because I don't know. Probably about 9 million, 9.5 million. That's somewhere accurate. I don't know. Don't quote me. You buy a look at apartment for 9.5 million uptown, and when night come, you can't sleep. Right? You can't sleep, be a boogie organized, be a boss a blow, be a things are going, right? You now have a right to enjoy your property. So with them annoyance here, nuisance here, and it also depends, right? Because if you did know, say, you are going to live near one main road, and a be a traffic there right there, so you still buy the property. That's on you. But if this was not there before the contract begin, not like this sort never happened. No traffic, no boogie organized or anything. And if you're not Jamaican and I say boogie yaga nice is basically loud erratic music. Loud music, right? So you can then say, I have a right to enjoy my property, and with these baga sounds and the traffic and the noise, the congestion and everything, it's not working out for me. So you have a right to enjoy your property, and any nuisance to your property, yeah, you can seek damages in tort. Okay, so right of enjoy did that already. Right of disposition. This is whether you want to transfer the ownership, right? If you want to sell it or you want to transfer it to a family member, to another party, that's your right of disposition. No, I'm not Haitian, I'm Jamaican. So, what is land? A normal person will tell you say land are basically the soil where you walk on, that's land. But in law, it's not just the land that you walk on and where you dig up. It has to do with the vegetation, the grass, everything, natural vegetation, and what is underneath the earth, which could consider of minerals, gold. And fun fact, I'm come back at that one here. Any minerals underneath the earth, to up to the sky, right? A reasonable height in the sky, that is your property. Let me come back to this one, the one that's beneath the earth. Alright, hypothetical speaking, you own a piece of land, and you dig one day, probably you're a farmer, and you find one piece of gold. I said, but wait, no gold is. And, and then I said, but wait, I find gold in my hand. Need my land with me. Oh, I'm having title for. I'm the title holder for this land. And I find gold. You know what I do? You not own the land. As I said before, you're a holder of the land. You not own the land. It's the crown on the land. So you see, where you find under the earth, it is the crown one, is not fair one. Alright. So them can come and tell us, say, well, I need to pack up and leave. And them gonna go compensate them, and them gonna give you a little money for find one other place to leave. Because now they live on crown land and them find money and them find gold. You think you're gonna get it? No, you're not going to get it. You could have fight a little more. Because you are just a holder of the land, you're not an owner of the land. Alright then. So airspace above. So basically, it has to be a reasonable height. Say your neighbor have a guango tree. Guango? I don't know guango tree. Guango tree is a big elephant tree. Right? It's big. It just grow. It grows really big. And say your neighbor have a big tree, and it probably, the roots are if you have a wall fence, it break up the wall because the roots are getting bigger and bigger every day, and it probably bust the wall and it just hang over upon your they call it now, your roof, and probably it drop on your, do some damage, You can now go to the court and say, well, even though it is in the air is going on top of the air space, it is affecting me, and you own actually the airspace to a reasonable height. Yeah. So yeah, that's a fun fact. So the land is not just where you dig up. The land is the vegetation, the airspace, and everything underneath it, to a reasonable depth. What else we need to go through? Okay, so classification of property. So you have realtor and real prop. Yeah, I think we need to go through that. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so realty, personality, let me talk about it. Alright, so yeah, you have two type of personal realty. That as I said, movable. I have immovable property. Yeah, basically that's it for this one. But I want to show you guys I want to tell you guys about the different types of um generation. The different type of uh, estates. Yeah, yeah. I want to tell you guys about the different type of estates. All right. So basically, an estate is a tenureship. So tenureship is basically your interest in land. So as I said before, you can't own the land. Say we have tenureship. That's an old principle, but you can. It's still here, but it's not a lot. So we have estates, right? And you have different type of estates. So I wanted to show you guys that. So so basically, a estate is the period of time that you occupy the land, that you hold the land, right? That's what an estate is. So as I said before, you have different types of estate. You have a fee simple, you know, fee simple, and a fee tail estate, and a life estate. hmm So what's a fee simple? Fee simple means that there are no conditions upon the potential inheritors of the fee. So this in Jamaica, good night, good night. If you're just sharing my life, hi, good night. Um, so in Jamaica, you will mostly have fee simple, alright, land, estates. That's where generation. So you kinda your grandmother pass it down to your mother and your mother pass it on to you. So that's basically what a fee simple is. That's the simplest where I can put it, passed down land, right? And this is what law, the law say it's closest to absolute ownership, right? So it's close to ownership, but it's not necessary. Ownership is very close. It's the closest one to owning the land. You pass it on to generation, and you decide who gets it. All right, and a fee tail. A fee tail is it's inheritable, but unlike the fee simple, which can be inherited by anyone, inheritance under the fee simple is restricted. A fee tail is also referred to as an entitled interest, right? So this one is basically interest. Fee simple can indefinitely be passed on to anyone specific descendant of the original guarantee. So this one is basically, so you have your dad, and it's not really open like the fee simple where you can pass it down to anybody you want, right? With this, it has to be like a specific descendant, right? So if your dad own the land, he have to pass it down to you. So it have to be a descendant of the original guarantee. Alright, so that's basically the fee simple. And the next one, the life estate. Did I call the life estate? But if I never call the life estate, this is our next estate. Life estate is basically you own the land for the duration of your lifetime, right? So after you die, the land, nobody not really own the land, right? So it go back to the original owner. Yeah, and we have one more. Okay. I skip past one. Fetal, lifetime, and okay. Yeah, which one? Fee simple absolute. Fee simple life estate. Oh, leasehold, yeah, leasehold estate. So basically, everybody is familiar with this one. The first one and this one, the last one I'm going to talk about. Leasehold estate. So basically, it normally derives from a fee simple, right? Which, you probably have a little share in the land and grandmother pass it on to you. And you say, but wait, I don't really want to live right to say, make a lease off the land, make a lease out the land. So you have the leaseor and the leasee. So you lease out the land and now, yeah, you collect money and fight for a year time or wherever, whenever you set it. If a 6 month lease or it's a 12-year lease or it's a whatever time period that you said the lease or the leasee should have, right? And it also can be, you lease the land from somebody and then you lease it back to somebody. So you have the subleaser and the subtenant. So you hear what I just said, guys? Thank you. So basically, you lease the land from somebody and then you lease back the land, you want to flip a little money, you lease back the land to somebody. So basically now, you have a subleaser and a subtenant. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. But one of the things that I want you guys to leave with tonight is that you don't own the land, you're just a holder of the land. But do I think it's a good choice to invest in land? Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I'm not a financial student, but I did do econ and I have a 2 cents on capital and blah 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 and flipping and something. Yeah. I don't have no money yet, guys. But in time start make big bucks. So for be financially independent or savvy, I don't know. I think that instead of normalize you guys not buying a car first, but probably buy one piece of land in a country or buy a piece of land first, because one benefit of holding a piece of land, that it increases in value. So when you buy and you get a little title for the land, it always increases in value versus a car. A car is a liability. Would I put it in the I did the account, but you have debtors, and you have creditors, something like that. The balance sheet, you have debtors or debit, something. But you have the subtraction part and you have the addition part. You have creditors and debitors, something like that. So when it comes to car, you just be a debit. But when it comes to land, credit. Because the value of a car decreases as soon as you drive it out of the place. As soon as you drive it out of the car mart, that car starts to decrease in value. So I'm not saying if you want to look up piece of car, I'm saying that. But however, if you should pick between owning a piece of land and owning a car, I think the smartest way is to own a piece of land first. If you just start building on it or no, you can always lease it. You have so much you can use it for farming or whatever. But own a little piece of land and then you can think about a little car, because you can stop up in a life, you're tired of the bus and the taxi, nothing wrong. But buy a piece of land first and flip it, and then you will see. Yeah, wonderful. The land will appreciate in value and the car depreciates in value. So the smartest thing to do as a young lady we just a start life, as a young man we just a start life, buy one little piece of cheap land in a country. As long as you have your title, you go down there probably every month or every week if you can. You check on your piece of land to make sure so there's no squatters. Because the squatters can take your land, Because squatters can take your land. So you go, you check on your land. If you want to build up a little fence for arbor out, people to make them come by your land, come build nothing. So, yeah. So, own one piece of land first and then you can own one little car. But that's my 2 cents. Yeah. Because, guys, So the reason why I chose to do real property that because me know when it comes to land, you see two things in Jamaica. Break up family and unite family. Barrel and land. You see, tell me if it's like in the comment section. Barrel and land. Broke up and unite family. So you see guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a barrel and land and the two things that were broke up and unite family in Jamaica. So, Auntie Ingrid laugh. Alright, barrel and land broke up and unite family. So guys, if you're owner of the land, holder, I'm calling myself a holder of the land, guys, please sort out the title, register the property. First of all, go and register that property. Make sure that land is registered. Register the land, right? You get your title. Get a title for the land. So you see with that title. And my thing is, I when you have $10, write one piece of will. Write one piece of will, and you say that $10 you go to my son. Guys, Jamaicans have a thing that them don't believe in will, cause they think that they're immortal, and them will not come. Write one piece of will. If you want one piece of gloves, write one will. Say, I me when the gloves, I want the gloves go to this. Because you have no say from the grave. Who get this and who get that. Sort out them things here when you're alive and well, you can open your foot and run about. So guys, if you're on this live and you're watching the dead live or anything, sort out your will. Sort out your will. Alright. Sort out your will. Sort out your will. And I can't lament this because wills are what determine who get what. Right? Who get what? The people must fight for your things. So if you eliminate the problem, write a will. When you write a will, you have said this person and what them to do. If them to reach 18, if them to go college or you stay anything you want. Because people get very creative with them writing them will. So you write a little will. If I want 2 shilling, I'll write one little will, put on your 2 shilling. You will never go wrong. You can sleep comfortable. Right? Sorry. So write a little will. I said this piece of property, my estate should be to this and this, and da 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 da, and da 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 da. Write a will. Get a will. Get a will. I don't think it's that expensive to write a will. Get one little attorney and make it man write a will. Yeah, and go down to RGD, go file it. So then put it up for you. And when I have a will, please don't go tell the whole world on the right will. Please. Guys, when I write a will, your will is... You don't have to keep it a secret necessarily, but for your own safety... Let me stop to laugh, really. I'm not give joke. But for your own safety, I'm going to tell the whole world, say, right, Lina, will, and who forget this and who forget. Keep your will. Some things... And not your granny ever tell her, not everything good for eat, good for talk. So, you write a will and have to tell the whole world, say, you write will. Because I know that, we want to, you're excited, We're probably excited to write one local will. But sometimes you want safety, because you want more people, you know the world runs so right under the sun. So, you just write that will and you probably keep it. You just keep it up because secret and have to tell everybody say right one little piece of will and who forget what. Just quiet it and you go file it over RGD them cabinets, them have the island record place. Where you go you put it in there and whatever. And when that time come, arbitration and all type of things run and everybody sit down and hear what them forget. But that is you speaking from your grave. You speaking from your grave, that piece of will. You speaking your desire from your grave. So yeah, my 2 cents get a little will done now with the will part. Yeah. But as I said before, I hope this segment was very informative, and I wish I can do this. I think I mean I took my own on, but I think I'm not such a bad teacher. I don't understand what I just said on the door, but the real proper type of estate. You understand, right? I'm wait for no response. Cause I don't want to my own on, like I'm the best teacher in the world. What? More open to understand. Who understand? Me wait for the response. Who was on the live and hear me explain about land, ownership in land, ownership in land, blah 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 blah. Now wait. Okay. Alright, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, good, good, good. Good, good, good. At least 2 person on the live so them get what me I say. Great. Wonderful. So yes. And also I know my content, majority of my audience, they probably live overseas, right? Or they're from Jamaica, yada yada. If you have if you're overseas, this is my local advice. This is my local advice. Don't come near me and eat me. Don't come near me and eat me. But yeah, same thing. But it's a saying. Don't take that offensive, guys, because it's just a saying. It's just a little saying, but the saying. Anyway, I meant that don't be dismissive about what I'm going to say. If you're overseas and you travel and you probably work overseas or you live overseas temporarily or whatever, and you say, "Me na come to Jamaica." Me na come to Jamaica. My little, just as word of advice. Nothing is wrong for you to invest in a piece of land. If you buy a little piece of land and make your cousin Joe, or your cousin Joseph, or your cousin Joanne, or your cousin Sandra, or your whoever, your auntie, your niece, or nephew, or blah blah blah, buy a piece of land out here, which is in Jamaica, probably the countryside more preferably. The reason why I say that, I have my reasons. But the country area is nice, one little piece of nice land. I'm probably have family down in the country. I want to go piece of land near a family and tell them to go and manage the land. Manage the land as in they can go and oversee the land, or them can plant 2 crops or whatever it might be on the land until you're ready, because you don't know when your tour might book or you want to fly or you up there too cold and you want to warm up yourself and you want to come to Jamaica, or you want to retire at Jamaica and you want to retire, right? I don't know what I mean, but you want to retire at Jamaica, you have a piece of land you can come back to, you can build up a little one room, because probably you alone come back, have something, because sometimes, guys, you will miss Jamaica, you will miss Jamaica. So if you have a local way, if you can do a local one room for yourself and one local bathroom and one kitchen, you can just hold it. It's somebody that's trustworthy, that you can really trust to help you build a local. You send the money and everything, them help you build a local place. So if you feel like you just come for vacation, you can have a local house can go to instead of a hotel for much money, and stay at a hotel for much money, and Airbnb will cost so much money. You can just build one room and live when you come. Yeah, I rent it out, even though I rent our next problem, but I'm just that's my local 2 cents. That's my local 2 cents. Don't come be don't disrespect me, but sometimes that's my 2 cents. Just cause I never know, you never know if I want to come live back at Jamaica. Just saying that. If you I know overseas It's not for the weak and not for the faint-hearted. So it's going to take a lot of money and a lot of strength and lot of everything for do and look at one room out here. But yeah. Because I know, a lot of people, they want to retire in Jamaica. Like, they want to come back and retire in Jamaica. Like, them just want to live a local while overseas or work and get a pension and work towards a pension and then come out here, come live. If you have a local house already in Jamaica, kudos to you. Big up yourself. But don't forget Jamaica. Don't forget your own country. I know some people, them definitely don't have no need to come back here because your grandkids up there, your kids up there, everybody up there. So I'm not talking about people like you guys. I'm talking about people that have it in the back of their mind to come back. Or them don't have it in the back of their mind to really come back, But them miss Jamaica. Do a look down a country part, man. You won't regret it. Because the one thing with property, it will always appreciate in value. Yeah, it will never depreciate. One thing. Well, that's always subjective. Because, anyway, we're not going on an econ right now. Yes, guys, it's 8:22 and I'm getting a little bit of sleepy. I slap me now. So, thank you guys for coming on this live. I hope this segment was very informative. Hope you learned something today, and I like sharing with you guys. So good night. Have a lovely rest of night, or whenever you're watching the dead live or whatever. I really appreciate you guys coming on my live and liking my live and just spread a little joy. I really appreciate you guys. Pick up on a nice skin self.